But in the middle of her saying, Mide's boring, I don't expect to see you.
So the problem now is you want me not to be friends. No, I don't said anything. Exactly. We don't inherit issues in this
Exactly. House. It just feels like you want me to act a certain way. I don't want you.
You cannot have me as your friend. Forget about it. You understand? That's why if you have self-confidence, these things don't get to you. I don't think I actually disturb you. You're making it look like I'm disturbing you, don't you? But you're making it look.
In the midst of the chaos and buzzwords going on in the house, Joanna and Dede were busy discussing about man. Anyways, so Joanna was telling Dede about her whole issue with Victory because currently a narrative is beginning to fly in the house and that she went to meet Victory telling Victory, you better clear these people because if you do not, I'll do that by myself. She's happy that there was a third party the day Victory officially asked her out. That Rude Boy happens to be that person. Rude Boy was there. And that she was so bold and clear with her reply. That she told Victory, here, it won't work. Let's be friends here. If you're okay with me being your friend, I'm good. But if it is something else, I'm not going to reciprocate that. But outside of here, we can give it a try. But right here, right now, no. And the Rude Boy was like, okay, that's fine. And then they proceeded to discuss about other things. She's surprised hearing things, hush hush in the house. And this week, that maybe it's because of, he happens to be in the meat-based diet. I know they've been the one in charge of the kitchen. And she happens to be in the plant-based. So she goes to meet Victory for meat, fish, all of those stuffs. But even at that shouldn't be the reason why the housemate to start driving a false narrative. That one thing with him and Victory is that she resonates with Victory. She now told Dede, just like same way I resonate with you, that she understands Victory's character, being that Victory was the one that trained himself. So he's just being himself. He governs himself. He's not acting like someone that was scared for or being scared of anything. So he talks anyhow, acts anyhow. That's just him. But she totally understands it and it's fine. But this whole narrative is not what she's going to keep quiet and allow it to fly. Well, Joanna also turned to Dede, asking Dede how far with you and Jason J. That she noticed there is a break in transmission. What was going on, But while Dede was about to answer that, just at the point she was about to answer that, Thelma Lawson decided to distract their conversation by bringing the whole Isabella thing, talking about meat, how moving on, maybe every pool party, everyone has to handle their own meat since some people don't want to live a communal lifestyle, or rather don't want to share as a collective. But anyways, Joanna and Dede had to leave that place to go continue their gist in the garden. Then up next, the camera moves us to Mide. So Mide was complaining to Bright Morgan and Kola, not even complaining. She was threatening to go and confront Zita. Being that Zita said she's boring during the game, that it's high time she cleared this narrative. Because while this game, when they said most irrelevant housemate, they mentioned her name. Boring, they mentioned her name. She now said, no, that enough is enough. That it is the same Zita that started this narrative, that started this whole narrative. And now it's beginning to give a wrong signal. That before you know it, the viewers will also assume and say that she's boring. And Bright Morgan was now calming her down, telling her, no, you don't have to react that way. But Kola said, well, if she really wants to clear that out, it's fine. But before Kola actually told her that it's fine to go and clarify things or, approach Zita and tell her, why would you say I'm boring and all of that, Bright Morgan actually told me there's something that made me laugh. So Bright Morgan told me not to get angry, that it's coming from a place of envy, that these girls are envying you. And I'm like, Bobo, be calming down. Well, Mide said she will be waiting up until Sunday to approach Zita. That if probably luck being on her side, Zita might even get evicted on Sunday. She does not mind if she gets evicted after Zita. But once Zita gets evicted before her, that she's going to celebrate and then say it to her face like, who is now the boring one? Anyways, I can't wait for Sunday. Mide said it's so annoying that even housemates that Ebuka has never mentioned their names are seeing her as boring. Now, just when we thought everything is fine and cool, only for Mide to approach Dede, asking Dede why she was laughing with Zita, knowing fully well that Zita called her boring, that honestly she does not expect her to still be in laughing terms with someone that just called her that, because if the reverse be the case, she won't be laughing or being friends with someone who called you boring. Meanwhile, let me divert a little. This is not the first time Mide is doing something like this. If you have been watching my videos, you will hear me talk about Mide being that kind of friend that wants you to inherit her enemies. She has actually not approached Dede about this, but I think this is the first time she's like approaching Dede. But there was a situation she was talking to Bright Morgan, telling Bright Morgan, imagine Dede laughing with someone that she just had a quarrel with. Now. Now, here is Mide now telling Dede that honestly, she got hurt. She was disappointed. And Dede was like, hold on. You won't tell me who I'll laugh with here. Oh. You won't tell me over here we don't inherit enemies. And you will not even tell me who to laugh with. And besides, I was not laughing at you, or she's not even my friend, but then we were discussing about other things. Dede told Mide that in the midst of all of that game, she and Joanna had another discussion that was going on. And even when she would turn or look at you or laugh at someone that they said something about, it was not really even about the game. It was about her and Joanna discussing other things. So if probably you saw her laughing, just know it wasn't about you. It wasn't even about the game or any other housemates, but they were having their own one-on-one discussion. Why they were discussing this? Because they were raising their voice. At some point, Joanna came close to the entrance and Mide told Dede, no, let's talking about this before she will feel we are shouting because of her. Because who is she, safe? To cause quarrel between our friendship. And I'm like, eh? The last time I saw something like this was in secondary school. Still on this one game that is causing problem. So Zita asked Tracy, how did the game make her feel? Especially the side they counted her as the least attractive girls in the house. And Tracy said, well, for her it's nothing. That Shebi they mentioned her name in people that will have least followers when they come out of the house. The one thing about being in here is once you are self-aware and self-confident that all these things won't be getting to you, that she knows she's a very attractive young lady. So any of their opinion is on them, not on her. And they're free to have an opinion. And Zita was like, honestly, yeah, you know, they have the right to have their own opinion, but all of this is nothing to her. And Zita then asked her about her opinion regarding the Isabella and Thelma fight. And she said, well, that the both of them are her friends, so that she loves Thelma, that Thelma is strong-willed, opinionated and all of that. And Isabella is real. She's just herself. She does her thing without even looking back or trying to pretend or fake it. And then she now pointed out that the both of them actually have good banging body. So when they were throwing shit about, so when Isabella was throwing shit about body, she was like, these two people have good body. Just like I said in that my video. You know, when Isabella mentioned the whole body thing, I was like, come on. Have you seen Thomas' body? Have you seen your body? The both of you are good-looking mamas. Tracy said, honestly, she doesn't know why the both of them does not like each other. But the part of their argument that she didn't like was the whole transgender thing. That is such a sensitive statement to make. And being that there are people who are living it as their reality, you're not supposed to do that. And Zita then said that, honestly, this is not the first time Isabella is calling Thelma that. So that there was a day Isabella mentioned it during their conversation. So she thought it was just, throwing jab at someone, but her repeating it again, that honestly that was overboard. Dede told Koyin that she spoke to Big Brother about the whole P thing. And even in the diary session, she made mention of him telling Big Brother how grateful she is that he was there while all of this happened, that she's happy he was there for her. And Dede then turned to Koyin, asking Koyin, how do you feel that I'm glad that you were there for me? Well, Koyin said he feels special, that you even mentioned it the other day at the garden. And Dede then said, well, you remind me of my brother. He's so grumpy and all of that. We're always quarreling. Do you have a sibling you always quarrel with? And Koyin in return said, well, his elder sister, they're always quarreling. But then the conversation shifted to Dede telling Koyin, asking, I don't know whether he's asking, but that was the question about when they slept facing each other. How does that make him feel? Is it not better than sleeping alone? And Koyin was like, yeah, it's cool. And then Dede then told Koyin that she knows if she didn't drag him out of that bed, they won't be having this conversation. But then proceeds to tell Koyin, let me know when I become a disturbance. And Koyin told her, honestly, you're not going to be a disturbance. Trust me, you're not disturbing my life and you're not going to disturb my life. But Dede now told him, no, you never can tell because at this moment, I think we are in a phase and we might not remain this way forever. So when it gets to a time that I start disturbing you, you let me know. Well, Dede then told Koyin that she loves the fact that she does not know what this is all about, but she likes it. And Koyin then said, what is this? What's all about? This Koyin, well, Dede then tells Koyin that I know you reason very fast. I know you're good with calculating, overthinking, so I'll let you figure it out. And the same Koyin that was pretending like he doesn't know what Dede was talking about, then told Dede, oh, I don't know what it's all about, but just keep doing it. Meanwhile, the same Dede that is asking Koyin if she's a disturbance is the same Dede that is currently giving Kola sleepless nights. Do well to watch my next video to find out what happened with Dede and Kola and more of things that happened after the pool party. See you in my next video. Thank you.
I'm confident in myself. I know I'm an attractive, pretty girl. So. Yeah, you are. We literally slept opposite each other. Yeah. Is that not better than sleeping with you? Because if you don't clear them, I'll clear you and clear them. The way I go switch up, you will not like it.